Here's more wrestling news for October 4th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: Kevin Owens hints at wrestling future. Is he on the way to AEW? New SmackDown draftees make huge claim about their promos. AEW power couple harassed in their hotel room. Alberto Del Rio involved in real-life fight at wrestling event. AEW references added to hit movie thanks to Cruella star, and more. We're starting today with Kevin Owens, whose WWE contract expires next January, and there's plenty of signs that the former Universal Champion could be on his way out. Not only has it been over 4 years since Owens last held gold, but he recently teased a reunion with the Mount Rushmore stable he was in prior to WWE, in which the prizefighter teamed with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Now, there's been another hint about his current status, as when a fan tweeted that Owen looks more miserable every time fans see him, another fan responded saying that, "When you create a narrative, you'll see it everywhere you look." This response was liked by Owens himself, as he apparently agrees with the idea that a narrative has been spun and that people believe he's unhappy, which may be what he wants people to think. At this time, Owens is involved in a rivalry with Happy Corbin and can be found regularly on WWE TV. And whether he stays in WWE or goes next January, hopefully whatever he does next makes Owens happy. On Talking Smack last week, Chad Gable was drafted to Raw in a big score for the Red Brand. Gable is, after all, one of the most gifted athletes in WWE today, but his booking has left a lot to be desired, with his tenures as Shorty G and as part of Alpha Academy not leading to any major storylines or titles. There are some fans who have said that Gable would be better outside WWE, and this opinion is shared by those close to the former Olympian. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said a lot of Gable's close friends want him to go to AEW, and added that he's been misused and buried despite being a phenomenal talent. Gable would no doubt have great matches in AEW, and we imagine that Bryan Danielson and others who have worked with him before would pull Tony Khan to sign him, but it'd ultimately be the decision of the AEW president. We'll have to see if Gable ever captures any more gold on the main roster and where his current team with Otis leads, but there's an ever-growing group who think he'd do better in AEW. Raw may have got Gable, but SmackDown got a huge win during the draft by choosing Hit Row, as the entire NXT stable will now call the Blue Brand home. Their call-up had been rumored before the draft, and even before the show began, the group cut a promo before a dark match prior to SmackDown going live. On Twitter, AJ Francis, aka Top Dollar, spoke about the possibility of Hit Row not being able to transition to the main roster, saying, unlike those who struggled, the stable can cut a promo. In a follow-up tweet, Francis said that the promo cut before SmackDown was unscripted and claimed that all promos the group has ever cut have been unscripted too. Hopefully, WWE doesn't change the group's dynamic on the main roster, as they've been a highlight of NXT since coming together in May this year. Traditionally, all main roster superstars have their promos written for them, with only top names like Roman Reigns and Edge being given some creative freedom, and that's also the case for Hit Row, according to the group themselves. AEW now has Kiera Hogan recently signed with the All Elite promotion, but has had to deal with people who took things way too far. Hogan is in a relationship with fellow AEW star Diamante, and on social media, the latter explained about a horrible hotel experience where 2 men followed them to the room. Diamante added that these men weren't wrestling fans looking for autographs, but had been trying to find the couple after seeing them in the hotel's hot tub and had been knocking on random doors before finding theirs. The AEW star added that being in a same-sex relationship is especially hard when grown men have been disrespectful about this relationship, and that it's sad that she has to make it clear that people shouldn't follow wrestlers to their hotel rooms. It's awful that stories of people tracking wrestlers down are worryingly common, and Diamante and Kiera Hogan can attest to the fact that this is never a good idea. Thankfully, this situation didn't escalate too much because this kind of story could have ended in a very different way, but it goes to show that some people need to learn about boundaries. Back to WWE, and on night 1 of the 2021 draft, Brock Lesnar made it clear he's a free agent and is able to appear on any brand he chooses to show up on. Lesnar is currently engaged in a feud with WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, who has been drafted to SmackDown, but fans may not have to wait until this Friday to see the Beast. PW Insider reports that there's a belief that Lesnar will appear on tonight's Raw to help boost the rating for the show and promote his upcoming title match at Crown Jewel. The report adds that Lesnar could even sign an exclusive deal with the Red brand, who need major star power after missing out on drafting Reigns and losing Drew McIntyre to SmackDown. With that said, WWE wants to keep both Fox and the USA Network happy, and we doubt having Lesnar as an exclusive Raw superstar would help the company's relationship with Fox, who are reportedly already unhappy with the Blue brand's viewing figures. Whatever Lesnar's future may be, he'll be a huge deal wherever he shows up, and that could be as soon as tonight's edition of Raw. In 2016, Alberto Del Rio left WWE for the second time in his career, but he hasn't exactly been quiet since then. In the 5 years since, Del Rio has appeared for several promotions, including Impact Wrestling, and was arrested last year after allegedly battering and assaulting his girlfriend. Now Del Rio is in the news again for negative reasons, as he's reportedly had a shoot fight with Penta after a BRB El Santio Mania event, and the pair had to be pulled away from the other by security. At one point in the video, an item is thrown in Del Rio's direction, which greatly infuriates the ex-superstar, while those around him try to stop the matter from escalating further. It's unclear what the issue is between the two, but there's very clearly some issues between them that led to this very real fight, as Penta is the latest name to add to the list of wrestlers Del Rio cannot stand. After years of being critical of WWE since his release, the former world champion has since apologized to the company and is hopeful for a return one day, but if bad news stories like this keep coming to light, fans shouldn't expect to see the former superstar ever again in a WWE ring. And we're ending with AEW, who have impressed in the few years they've been around and are now getting referenced in major film productions. That's all thanks to actor Paul Walter Hauser, who starred in Cruella, and stars in the new film Queen Pins, about two housewives who create a $40 million coupon scam. Speaking to X-Pac on the Pro Wrestling for Life podcast, Hauser explained how the film originally had references to WWE before he got involved. I read the script and I go, can we change this to AEW? I happen to know the owner. I could probably get you a decent deal with the licensing and the images. They go, yeah, let us know if we can do that, that'd be great. If you watch the movie Queen Pins, you will see what I believe is the first film in Hollywood to feature AEW in the film. Queen Pins is currently available to stream on Paramount Plus and features a stacked cast, including Hauser, Kristen Bell, Kirby Howell-Baptiste, Baby Rexha, and Vince Vaughn. And fans will have to keep an ear out for what AEW references Hauser worked into the movie. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.